Just like people, bearded dragons have personalities. They have things that they like or don't like. They may be shy or they may be very outgoing. Some may blackbeard and head bob a lot. So it shouldn't be a surprise to us that they also like to be entertained. That could be something as simple as giving them something to do or giving them enrichment. So what we're going to talk about today is different ways that you can entertain your dragon. Because having a dragon that feels entertained really helps them to thrive, I think. If your bearded dragon is bored or stressed, they could get sick, and you don't want that. So let's talk about some ways we can resolve that. Thanks for stopping by.
You're watching Midwest Lizard Mom, entertaining your dragon. Time outside of the enclosure. When you have your bearded dragon outside of their enclosure, you'll want to make sure that they're safe. So make sure that there's nothing that they might get into, that they might fall off of, or try to eat that could hurt them. Make sure that they are not left alone. Don't have any pets with them. Even if it's another dragon, they are solitary creatures and they should be alone. They could get hurt. They could fight even if they are fine normally. Cat ribbon toys. My bearded dragon never really got into the ribbon toys that you can entertain cats with. As much as we tried, it just wasn't something that he was interested in. But you never know. Yours might be, so why not give it a shot? But if you do have a cat, don't share the toy. Never share toys of other animals together. It's just not a good idea, health-wise. Laser pointers. This is something, if you're going to use a laser pointer, just make sure you do not aim the laser at their face. Put it on the wall or the floor. See if they're interested in that. Mine never was. Cat cave or other kind of cave. My bearded dragon found cat caves somewhat entertaining. He would go in, go around. Sometimes he would hide. It gave him an extra place to feel more secure when he was out of his enclosure. If he did hide, I never took him out of where he was, unless it was time to put him to bed, or if for some reason I had to leave the room. But my kind of rule of thumb is if they're hiding, try to let them have their time and let them come out when they're ready. But definitely take them out if you're going to be leaving the room. Ping pong balls or other cat toy balls. Make sure that they don't have catnip. Check to see the label to see if there is catnip in the product. Make sure nothing could come off that they could ingest. My bearded dragon initially found these interesting, but the particular one that I got was a little pokey, I discovered, and I think that's why he just lost interest. It's a nice crinkly ball, which is why I think he was interested in it, but he didn't play with it long. Ping pong balls you can use to kind of let them roll around. I just looked those up online just for some examples. Bath time. There's a lot of things you can do in the bath other than washing them. Of course, bathing them can be enriching as well. Giving them a good scrub, letting them kind of move their legs around and act like they're swimming. Of course, don't have it too deep. You can put ping pong balls in there, inner tubes, use a laser pointer. A lot of different things you could try to do in the bath if you want to. Outside time. In the summertime, it's a great time to get UVB for your dragon. Just make sure that you're keeping them safe. So put your beardy on a leash or have them in an enclosure. If you do have them on a leash, keep them close. Just because they're on a leash doesn't mean they're going to stay in that leash. Make sure it's the right size and that it's tightly secured. Mine just one day decided he wanted to get out of it, but luckily I always held him close and he didn't get away. Watching out of the window. Bearded dragons like to people watch and they like to watch nature. So one thing you can do together is look out the window with them. You can hold them or let them sit on a couch or an ottoman or something where they can look outside. Sometimes my guy will get super interested and get animated, and sometimes he'll just sit and watch. If there's a plane that flies overhead, he'll kind of look up at it almost like as it's a bird. But I do think that he's very entertained by what he sees outside.
Keep in mind that every dragon is different. They have their own personality, their own interests, things that are going to entice them or find entertaining to them. So one of your dragons might really like baths, for example, or they might run after the laser pointer, or maybe none of them will. But there's so many options out there. Just see what yours likes, and I'm sure you'll find something. My guy really likes to people watch. He loves watching people outside and things, but he also will go back and forth a lot. He'll come out maybe for like a couple minutes, want to go back. He'll come out for 10 minutes and then want to go back. And at night he'll cuddle. So it's just all part of his personality. And my first bearded dragon couldn't care less. Just would love to bask, and that was pretty much it. But they did like to people watch, because when I wasn't around, when I'd leave and come back, she would be in the same exact spot. They do need enrichment in order to thrive. So that's why I wanted to do this, to share some options. Thanks for stopping by.